Well, hello, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome to the Sunday Soup. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been waiting for a month to share with you guys my thoughts and my Ramadan reflections. So let's get started. But before we start, we're going to say a little prayer and set the mode. So if you have a candle that you want to light with me, please do. I'm going to light my candle. And we take a deep breath. Honoring all that is and the love that abides within. We say, thank you, God. Thank you for the sun coming in. Thank you for the moon and the stars. Thank you for the love all around us, our family, our friends, our community. And we say thank you. Ashe. So, my baby is sleeping. For how long, I don't know. So, I need to get a move on it. Thank you guys for being here. I have some notes here so I don't get lost in the sauce. So, I have participated in a Ramadan inspired fast. And I have a lot of respect for really all religious communities that take the time to reflect, to sacrifice. And if you're not familiar with Ramadan, it's a religious observance that the Muslim community does. And it's usually for a period of a month. And what was cool about it is it started really on my birthday month. And I wanted to do something of that nature around my birthday time. So I'm like, what better way to celebrate than to do this time of reflection and observance. So this is my first time doing this and being a part of something like this. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters in the Islamic community. We love you guys. And yeah, this is my first time doing it. So I was excited. But with any fasting, it's not recommended that you do fasting if you have any medical conditions. And also if you are a lactating mom. So that kind of threw me out because I just had a baby. So I am breastfeeding, so I won't be able to not eat. And I'm sure my baby will appreciate that. So I had to do something else to be sacrificial. So I decided to drastically lower my social media and phone usage and consumption for the entire month of Ramadan. And I'm very inspired by what I've taken away from this time of observance and pulling away and going inward. I think it was a great way to start off this year for me, this birthday year for me. And I'm really, really grateful I did it. I definitely needed it. So I want to share some takeaways. Let's get into it. So, my first takeaway is, I think, very obvious that we have an understanding of it. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but these platforms, these apps, social media apps, and the phone, the iPhones, and all this is very addictive, and we know this. And so during this time, it reminded me of why it's so important to set up those boundaries and limitations for yourself, because these devices and apps are designed for you to stay on them. And it's very easy to do. At one point, I was on Pinterest, which is one of the things I gave up. And I was just looking through the pictures and I stopped myself and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on social media. And I mean, it's not really social media, but it is something that I decided to give up. And I could not remember when I got on. And I just sat there and I was trying to recall it. Like, okay, when did I get on this app? When did I log on? And I cannot remember. It was so accessible that it just did not even register that I was on it. And that was a moment for me. Like, okay, I got you. You're sneaky. You're real sneaky. Okay. But they're designed for that. And there's a documentary that I highly recommend. It's called The Social Dilemma. If you have time, I would watch it if you feel like you're definitely wanting to set more boundaries and get it together. It talks a lot about the manipulative nature of these social algorithms and how they can really take your time and your life and your energy and affect your mental health and society overall in a negative impact if you're not aware. And I did get to watch it, and it definitely shook me up. So, and that was a while back. And so I've kind of had that in the back of my mind, like, you have to be aware. And then I've fallen back into just completely numbing out on it. And when I did my bed rest, if you watched my videos, I was on bed rest for about almost 4 months. I definitely just plunged into social media because it was really one of the only things I could do. And then I would stop myself and I'm like, okay, I'm just numbing emotionally what I'm going through. I'm just numbing myself. And for the moment, I needed that. And you got to know sometimes when you just need to just clock out and use it for a way to just distract you. And I did that. I used it to distract what I was going through. And I think there's seasons for that. But then at a point, I got to another level of consciousness. And I just started coloring. Yes, I just started coloring. Shout out to Alejandra because she got me some coloring books. And I just colored just to distract myself from being on the phone constantly. And it helped a lot. And reading helped so much. But yeah, anyway, so back to The Social Dilemma. Watch it so you can get your own take on it. But what's interesting is some of these creators who have designed these apps do not let their children on them. Really. That's like me owning a bakery and my children are never allowed to come in or eat from the family business. Why? Why? Because it's not good for you. And they know it, and they don't want their children to be addicted or to be negatively impacted by it. They go into a little bit of the mental health issues that young girls start going through, starting close to around age 8, 10, 11. That shook me. And so, yeah, not only for me, but for my children, I have to be an example. And so this has just been it's been such a reset for me. And I am grateful for it. My next takeaway is we need empty space. We need the empty space. I remember one of the meditation teachers that I listened to talked about when he first got an iPhone, he realized he'll never be bored again. But if you're constantly occupied with your phone, you'll never be in that space of creativity. And so boredom is good for you. You need the empty space. Your mind desperately needs the empty space so that it can collide with those divine ideas that we're meant to bring forth. And so, yeah, be a little bored. Have nothing to do. So you can spark up conversation so that you can create and go beyond what is normal for you to push the boundaries. So don't overstimulate. Your mind needs a break. Can you imagine never turning off? But sometimes if we're not aware, we never turn off. Our mind never relaxes. And that is a mental health disaster down the road. And we don't want that for ourselves and for the people around us, especially for this generation who's growing up with social media. They've never known life without it. And I feel very blessed to have known what it's like to not have it. And I'm grateful that we have it now. And that leads to my next takeaway. It can add to your life in so many ways. And I think I speak for all of us when I say it has added to our lives in the most dynamic ways, especially when it comes to us knowing so much more than we ever had the access to know. YouTube has added to my life. Somebody was asking me the other day, who taught you guitar? And I'm like, YouTube University. I have so much more knowledge because of YouTube especially. And so I'm a better person because of these platforms. And I'd like for it to keep adding to my life instead of subtracting. And so there's ways to do that. And you can do that in any way that you feel is necessary. If it's like, hey, I need to get off at 5 p.m. or I'm not getting on until 5 p.m., whatever it is, you set up your own boundaries. You know what you need to do and do it because it's worth it. So this time of reflection has been very, very needed for me. And I'm loving my mind when it's not overstimulated and all the moments that I get to soak in because I'm not numbing myself. Yeah, it's been such an eye-opener. First of all, how much time that is consumed by my phone and how many options I have to fill it with something that's way more meaningful, way more life-giving, and way more inspirational. So I was talking to my husband about this, and it's like really, it's about having high quality content that you are consuming and then lower quantity of it. You don't need a whole lot of it to be inspired. So high quality and low quantity. So it's just as simple as that. And yeah, you will find that your results and your takeaways and your life will flourish because you deserve that. You deserve to have your time be used in a way that is productive and that is meaningful. And no app and no society and no modern day technology should be taking that away from you, because that means you are allowing it and you don't have to. So take it back. Now that Ramadan is coming to a close, it ends at the end of this month, I have to find a way to continue this and not to dive back into the state that I was in, which was an addictive state, but to remain temperate in this. So I've got to find my new normal in all of this so that I can continue to flourish and have it being used as a tool and not me being used as the tool. Algorithm, you cannot have me. You cannot have me. I have you. Okay. So that's all I got, folks. I hope y'all are good. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sundays. I am, and I will continue to grow and to learn so that I can bring something of inspiration to you guys. I hope you're well. Be blessed. Yeah. No. Hope you guys are well. Have a wonderful week.